So Zulay and I are so excited to have Master Distiller, Tequila extraordinaire David Ravandi from Uno Dos Tres Tequila with us.
Wonderful. Well, thank you for having me. It's very exciting to be with you. And I'll give you a little quick background of what the philosophy of the brand is without getting too detailed into it. We specialize in organic farming and distillation. And the main focus of the portfolio is terroir and agave forward. Terroir meaning tequila is the closest spirit, in my opinion, to winemaking. So the altitude where you grow the raw material, in this case, agave, is very important because the higher the altitude, the more you stress the plant, the more complex your end result, which is the tequila, will be, just like a fine wine. So if you can imagine, at a higher altitude, there is a major drop of the temperature between a day being, let's say, 90, 100 degrees Fahrenheit to night between 50 degrees or so. So you have about 40, 50 degrees of drop in the temperature. So the plant is continuously, working, especially the heart of the plant, the piña, where we make the tequila out of, is continuously working to get to water. And the more the plant works, the more fibrous it becomes, and the more fibrous it becomes, the more complex tequila you can produce from that plant. The lifespan of an agave plant is about 12 years, which naturally, as you can imagine, you have to have a patience of steel because you wait for a long period. And it's a one-time usage because after you use the plant, you have to replant and start from the beginning. In my case, I use a 10-year-old agave. We grow it at the 4,200 feet altitude in the mountains of Amatitan. The reason I like to use a 10-year-old agave because I get a much higher mature sugar content in the heart of the plant, and in return I can provide a much more delicious tequila to the consumer.
So elevation has a big effect on the level of freshness and how organic it is?
Elevation has a direct effect on the flavor profile of the juice. We are certified organic by USDA, which is naturally USA organization. When I sourced the land for this project, as I mentioned, I wanted to be very organic focused. So we sourced the land, and then we got the inspectors there, and we got the approval, and then planted the agave. This project started in the year 2000, and of course it took 10 years for us to launch the brand. So we really try to stick to the philosophy of being organic and sustainable, and not just putting your organic juice in the bottle.
David, all tequila have to come from Jalisco?
No, all tequila comes from 5 regions. The main region is the state of Jalisco. Yes, so 90% of the tequila in the world comes from the state of Jalisco.
I have to be honest, I'm a newbie tequila drinker. I feel like I started drinking tequila a little bit later. I'm really excited for you to show me how to make really just yummy, easy to do margaritas at home. I want to understand more about the difference between the one, two, three.
Naturally, you being a newbie to tequilas, or kind of a newbie, we are hoping that sooner to convert you to a tequila lover.
Yes.
So by hanging next to Julie, you will turn into that.
I will.
So yeah, that's good because she's a great ambassador for fine tequilas. We are making sipping tequilas, but we are not strictly sipping tequila. We are also great in cocktails, so we get into that and talk about them. Blanco arrives at no age, at 110 proof. We dilute it. We have 3 wells at the distillery. We use that as a source of the water. So Blanco gets bottled at 80 proof. Naturally, Blanco is the resume of the distiller. It's the foundation of a portfolio. I tell people, if you don't have time to taste someone's full line of tequilas, just taste the Blanco. If you like the Blanco, you're in for a treat.
Can I taste the Blanco right now?
You can do whatever you want to do. You can go take a shower and come back. That's fine. You're talking.
So wait, David, before you continue, so the best, should I put it in with ice and shake it and then serve it?
Right now, if you're going to do the tequila tasting, the best that you can do would be to use a fine tequila glass or one of our glasses.
One of yours.
By the way, do you know what the story is behind that glass?
No, I want to know.
So what we do is we take actually our sustainability process one step further. We take our empty bottles, melt them down, and hand blown one by one those glasses for tasting.
Oh my
So
gosh.
that's from one of our empty bottles. Yes, and then we sandblast the logo so we don't use any ink, any print, nothing in there. So
It is
that's
so
what that
pretty.
is.
Look at this, guys. I want to make sure.
I love that.
It's so pretty. I'm going to wash it really quick.
Yeah, you're very lucky that you have one. A lot of people are fighting over those glasses. We can't keep enough of them.
You cannot have mine.
So first in line is our Blanco. Please go ahead and pour it just neat on a room temperature. Blanco, the first in line, is very clean, fresh. So the nose will dictate what you're ready, what you will be tasting, and very clean, fresh agave nose.
Oh, that goes down so nice.
And on the meat palate, I get a little hint of citrus. I get a little bit of salt. My favorite part of the Blanco is when you swallow it, you get that kick of fresh agave at the back end of your tongue that keeps on lingering on and inviting you for a second sip. So it's going to be a kind of a non-stop thing, because you keep like taking the sips until the bottle is finished.
We're going to start getting buzz and all the secrets are going to start spilling here.
Wonderful. Well,
One sip in, I already threw you under the table.
from my end, I can say causing trouble with organic tequila is a good trouble.
It's good trouble.
Salud, yeah.
Cheers, guys. Thank you, David.
Any questions on the Blanco?
I'm happily warm already. Thank you.
That's good.
I have no questions. I love it.
We get to move
All
on.
right. So second in line is our Reposado Dos, number 2.
Yep.
All right.
Here we go.
We age our Reposado for 6 months. I think it's the perfect marriage of the agave and the oak. When you pour it, I feel like I'm passing by a pastry shop. It's like a pastry in a glass. You get a little bit of creme brulee. I get a little bit of caramel. So on the nose, you pick up a little hint of vanilla.
Okay.
The meat palate gives me a little bit of salted caramel, a little bit of a Mexican flan, and then you get a really nice, gentle, spicy finish. They're all the same proof.
Ooh,
It just has to
I love this one.
It has to do with the aging, with the type of a barrel we use, with the capacity of the barrel, and also with the type of the toast that the barrel has. So oddly enough, our Reposado is our #1 seller among ladies. Female love our Reposado. And when I developed this Reposado, in fact, the concept of it was because I was tired of a lot of Reposados in the market are very masculine, very in your face, very oaky. This is very, very floral, very gentle, very multi-layered. So
I love that you're embracing the feminine.
yes, and I, the purpose of this Reposado was I wanted to see, like, let's say, 2 ladies like you and Julie go to the wine shop and buy a bottle of my Reposado tequila and treat it just like a fine bottle of white wine.
I have a very rookie question right now because I don't want to waste my tequila.
Yes.
Is it completely against the rules to mix these two for my margarita later?
Somebody such as yourself, you're not a super focused mixologist, so yes, it's absolutely fine.
What would you pair this with for food?
On the Blanco, I love pairing that with a lot of shellfish. It goes really well. Like one of my favorite pairings with the Blanco would be oysters. I'm a big oyster fan, so I like to do like a Blanco pairing with oyster. Reposado, because it has multi-layer and it's got that spicy finish, it goes really well with a lot of cheeses. So we do a lot of cheese pairing.
Yeah.
It goes very well with any of the white meat, like, chicken, any sort of a, fish or anything like that. And then Añejo, naturally, because it has a lot more weight and body to it, it goes very well with, red meat, things like that. And then we get into the extra Añejo and so on.
Okay.
So, did you have any questions on the Reposado, or are we? Zulay is really getting a speeding ticket. She's going at 100 miles per hour. She's
I've got my Añejo in my hands already. I poured less this time, David. I poured less.
Nice. You're turning into an expert. Okay, so next in line, 3 is our Añejo. Añejo means aged. As soon as the tequila crosses 1 year in barrel, qualifies for Añejo. In this case, this is aged for 18 months.
Wow.
I use a smaller barrel because I want to get a lot more intense flavor out of the wood, yet I don't want to taint the flavor of the agave. So still agave is very present. On the nose of the Añejo, I get a lot of dark chocolate. I get a little bit of I get a little bit of cinnamon.
Cinnamon, I was going to, yeah.
When you sip on this, you're going to notice a lot more weight on your palate. because we use a smaller barrel. It has a lot more complex intensity.
Yeah, I really love the Reposado. I love this. I like this one a lot. The Reposado, I feel like, was very smooth and had a lot of interesting aftertaste. This one was a little stronger at the onset.
Yes, a lot of drinking is a very moody thing. It depends when it is in the day. I tell people, this is my breakfast.
Yeah.
Why I numbered them so you never get confused. This is my lunch, number 2, dos. And then I go into the evening with number 3, tres.
Yeah. This to me is sitting by like a fire.
So
Yeah.
David, how do you drink this? Do you drink it just as we're doing it now?
Naturally being a distiller, I enjoy drinking tequila straight. I'm more of a Paloma guy than a margarita guy, so I can drink Palomas all day long. So.
Great. I just like to sip it. I don't think I want to mix it with anything.
So how's that cocktail coming along?
Yeah, Zulay, how is it?
It's so good.
So what did you do? Tell us, what did you do?
So I don't have the agave nectar.
Okay, that's fine.
I didn't have that, but I had lemon, I had lime, and I added the 2 ounces of the Blanco. And here I am, and I did salty rim, and it's
Wonderful.
delicious. Listen, I'm learning. I'm so grateful. Yeah.
So I tell you, there is a lot of fun things you can do as you learn. Like one of the things that people get so hooked on, they think like, okay, tequila margarita. There's so many other drinks that you can do with tequila. And especially as you learn about tequilas and you learn the magic of reaction of tequila on the system, it's an upper, like you said earlier. You really want to get up and party and dance and feel great. It gives you a lot of positive energy, which is really important. So let's take another well-known cocktail, such as Bloody Mary. You'd be surprised. You take the vodka out and you switch that with tequila and then do a little mezcal float on that. So you're gonna have a smoked Bloody Maria. You will never ever go back to a regular Bloody Mary. You're gonna get hooked on that.
I really needed this. I really needed to have some social encounters, drink tequila, learn something. That's what this time is really all about. So thank you both. We appreciate all of these collaborations that are happening organically and to support Julie and I in our new venture, and really grateful to you for that. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again when you come back to LA. I'm gonna run because my family made dinner. We made pesto with some veggies. And now I'm feeling really happy. I'm an official tequila drinker.
Wonderful. You had your perfect aperitif, so you're ready to eat.
Yes, I did.
David, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, you're excellent.
Very, very nice to spend time with both of you. Thanks for having me, and look forward to at some point sit down together and drink some more tequila together.
And break some bread and drink tequila. Salute.
Salud.
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 Un besito.